Welcome to the Sauce and Gravy channel. This is Johnny Mac. In this recipe, I'm going to show you how to make a cranberry sauce. Not just one recipe, I'm going to show you how to make two recipes. One quick and easy recipe and one loaded recipe full of berries. Buckle up, let's go. These are the ingredients for an easy to make homemade cranberry sauce, a sauce that you can make ahead of time. 16 ounces of cranberries, that's about 1 pound. You can use fresh or frozen, whatever you have readily available. 3/4 of a cup of light brown sugar, 1/4 of a cup of granulated white sugar, 1 cup of orange juice, the zest of half of an orange, a little bit of pepper, and a little bit of salt to taste. Start off with a high-sided saucepan over medium heat. We'll add 1 cup of orange juice. Next, we'll add our 3/4 of a cup of light brown sugar and 1/4 of a cup of granulated white sugar. Give it a stir, and what we want to do here is dissolve that sugar. Now, typically most people have cranberry sauce for the holiday season, for Thanksgiving or Christmas. They make these big turkeys, they have a big meal, but yet they buy that canned cranberry sauce. No, don't do that. And cranberry sauce is really so easy to make. It takes roughly about 10-15 minutes. You can make it ahead of time, put it in the refrigerator, pop it out on Thanksgiving Day, and it's ready to go. Now that the sugar is dissolved, we can add our 16 ounces or 1 pound of cranberries. Give it a little bit of a stir, mix them in. Cover the saucepan. We want to bring this to a simmer over medium to medium-high heat. We want to pop these berries. It's been about 10 minutes. Some of the berries have popped. You can always take a spatula or a spoon and give them a little bit of a helping hand. Smash them up a little bit. I'm going to crank up the heat a little bit, bring it to a little bit more of a heavier simmer. I'm going to reduce it down to get rid of some of that liquid. So we reduced this down for about 15 minutes total. 10 minutes covered and about 5 minutes uncovered. All of the berries have popped. They've released their juices. It looks really good. And for a finishing touch, I'll add the zest of half of an orange. And a little bit of salt and pepper, but first I'm going to turn down the heat to low. Grab the orange, give it a little bit of a zest. Try not to get the pith, so you don't want the white pith. That's a little bit bitter, so you don't want that in the cranberry sauce. Mix that in. A dash of salt. And a tiny bit of pepper to taste. So that's how you make an easy cranberry sauce for the holidays. 15 minutes, you can whip this up, put it into the fridge, covered, take it out the next day, you're ready to go. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe just yet, smash that subscribe button. You'll have access to a wide variety of tips and techniques on how to make sauces and gravies. Let's begin the second cranberry sauce recipe. These are the ingredients for a homemade cranberry sauce that's been kicked up a notch just a little bit. So we have 16 ounces of cranberries, that's about 1 pound. You can use fresh or frozen, either or is perfectly fine. We have half of a cup of orange juice, dehydrated blueberries, half of a cup, half of a teaspoon of allspice, half of a cup of port, tawny port, 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar, zest of half an orange. We'll dice half of an apple nice and fine, a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. All right, so let's dive into this cranberry sauce. We'll start off with the orange juice, half of a cup of orange juice poured into a high-sided saucepan. And then we'll add the 3/4 cup of light brown sugar. Turn the burner over medium to medium-high heat. We want to dissolve that brown sugar. Give it a little bit of a mix. Then once the brown sugar is dissolved, we can go ahead and add the cranberries. So 1 pound, 16 ounces of cranberries. It can be fresh, frozen, either or, whatever you have readily available. Mix the cranberries in, turn that burner up to medium high to high. We want to bring this to a simmer. We want to pop those berries so they'll release their flavor into the sauce. Once it starts to come to a nice boil, give it a little bit of a stir. Cover it and reduce it down for about 10 minutes. So it's been 10 minutes, it's simmered down. Check it out. A lot of the berries have popped. Looks really good. We're gonna add a few more ingredients and reduce this down for about 5 more minutes. We'll first add 1/4 of a cup of tawny port. A little bit of allspice, half of a teaspoon of allspice. And then half of a cup of dehydrated blueberries. Zest of half of an orange. And then half of an apple diced nice and fine. Give it a little bit of a mix. Not only are cranberry sauces so quick and easy to make, you can make them ahead of time, but you can also just make them to taste. You can add any sort of fruits that you like. You could add any sort of spices. You can use different cooking liquids. You could use wine. You could use water. I'm also going to throw in a dash of salt and a little bit of pepper. We cooked this for 15 minutes total, 10 minutes covered, 5 minutes uncovered with the additional ingredients, and it looks absolutely fantastic. Check it out. Look at that. Nice, chunky, lots of different berries. You've got the cranberries, you have the blueberries, you have the apple, you've got a little bit of that orange zest. Delicious. Smells great with that allspice. Well, thanks for watching the Sauce and Gravy channel. Hope that you enjoyed these recipes on how to make cranberry sauce. If you're looking for additional side item recipes for Thanksgiving or Christmas, click on this applesauce recipe or this pear sauce recipe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.